have cited. If it is from, let's say, in year 1990 or 1995, it means there is no paper of 2009 or 2008. It means you haven't studied the latest work. Your paper is based on something which happened in 90s. So it will not be accepted. So the latest papers from well-known conferences, well-known journals should be ideally cited there, so that the reviewer is immediately convinced that okay, at least literature survey has been carried out properly. So what are the limitations of existing research? As I said earlier, you need to show that this work is there, but this is the limitation. That work is, like, I'll give an example, like the paper which we presented on medical usability in IFIP. So where we found that many researchers have used Nielsen-Norman's heuristics for evaluating medical devices. So Nielsen-Norman's heuristics are actually designed for general purpose software application, and in medical domain the severity, the criticality of the device and its application is so high that if you make a mistake, the patient will die. So that your paper can be immediately sent for printing. I mean, you don't have to do any change. It's a good paper, good format, because one has to produce proceedings. Sometimes one has to produce a book out of it. So that's why format specifications is very, very important. We should not change the format specifications. Yeah. So some of the things I have already touched upon, like how the reviewers look at it at every point. But let me just run through the journey. One is you submit the paper, okay. Then you assign reviewers for a paper. So depending on the number of reviewers you have, the papers are allocated to them. Maybe each paper is reviewed by 3 persons, 4 persons, and so on, depending on the kind of expertise they have. Generally it is done like that. Okay, then reviewers come out with certain suggestions, changes, okay, questions in it. They say that I'm not satisfied with these things. Maybe the data related to these conclusions is not included in the paper, so it should be included. Some such things they come out with. Then the notifications are sent to the authors. Okay, if your paper is accepted as it is, a notification goes in that way. Or if it is accepted with certain revisions, then you are told that reviewers want you to change these things. So like that. So if revision is required, you are supposed to submit the revised paper again. Okay, then the revisions are checked. Okay, and then if it is accepted, the paper is included. So like this, you ask for prepare camera ready manuscript and submit it to publisher. So this is how the journey goes. So here, when you get the comments from the reviewers, so especially when you are submitting it for a journal, it is possible to sometimes discuss with the reviewer. The reviewer is the information, contact details of the reviewer are made available to you. So you can persuade him, or you can convince him that the points which he has suggested are already addressed, or they are not relevant in the context of the paper. So such thing is possible. But sometimes reviewers are kept anonymous to the paper authors. So then one has to deal with it. So this is how it goes. What they mostly look at is the data validity of results. These are the two things wherein you can always shout for leg before wicket, and get the author in a problem. So you can always say that, oh, it's not valid. So validity is always questioned. So that's something which one should be really, the data and the validity of results is something one should always pay attention to. Now the benefits of the paper publication. So one thing is, it shows the current trends of practices, what is happening around. It elevates your understanding of what is happening elsewhere, what is happening in the world. Now, if in the process, if you were to look at the papers published in ACM conferences or other conferences worldwide related to your work, your level also goes up, because you come to know about what are the people doing, because those who publish are generally aware people. They know what is happening around, and if the paper is accepted, it means it has certain value in it. So you come to know what is the state of the art. It provides new methods, techniques, solutions. It reveals the limitations, risks, problems, loopholes in existing research. Okay, it compels you to innovate. The moment you do literature survey, you realize that, oh, my idea is similar to this, so then you change your direction. Then I will orient here.